Hello, New Testament students, and welcome to week 4 in our class. This week we are dealing with the so-called synoptic problem and solutions to this synoptic problem. One of the things that I would ask you to do this week as you sort of begin to embark on the material is to find some colored pencils. So if you don't have any colored pencils sort of lying around your house, maybe go out, or next time you're at the store or something, pick some up because they're going to be helpful for you in the way that we are engaging the synoptic problem and the synoptic gospel text this week. So with respect to what we've got going on as to our objectives, by the end of this week, you'll be able to articulate what the synoptic problem is. So what do we mean when we say the synoptic problem, and what are the different solutions to this synoptic problem? Specifically, I'm going to ask you to be able to name the two most common synoptic solutions and the evidence that is in favor of each one. So why scholars hold to one theory or to the other. We're also going to learn how to color code synoptic passages, and this is where our colored pencils come in here. I'm going to walk you through a method for doing this. We're going to walk through a method together, and then for the forums, I'm going to ask you to do this on your own. And this is sort of in preparation for one of the major assignments, one of the 5 major assignments in this class, which will be due next week. That will ask you to color code and make some observations on the basis of your color coding of synoptic passages in a little bit more formal of a way than what you are doing this week. And our last objective here is to color code a passage from both what is called the triple tradition and what is called the double tradition. And we will talk about what the double and the triple tradition are in the videos, and those will also be explained in the readings for this week. So to get at these objectives, no major assignments due yet. Our first one will be next week, and it will be dealing with the synoptic gospels and the synoptic problem and these synoptic solutions. But what you need to turn in this week is, as always, course notes. One of the lecture pauses will involve doing some compare and contrast of the synoptic gospels. One will ask you to sort of do a review or a recap of one of the lecture videos in bullet point format. And the other then will ask you to sort of engage in a color coding practice and compare your results from what you have done previously in the first lecture pause. So there's sort of a parallel between the first and the third lecture pause for this week. And then the other thing to do is to engage in the forums. And the way the forums are going to work this week is that there's going to be a handful of different forums, and you'll be able to kind of choose which one you participate in on the basis of what passages you choose to code. So I'm going to give you a list of passages that you can color code from Burton Throckmorton's gospel parallels here. So I'm going to ask you to color code one passage that is shared between Mark, Matthew, and Luke. And I'm going to ask you to code another that is shared only between Matthew and Luke. This is the triple tradition and the double tradition respectively. And then you're going to offer sort of your comments or your observations on each one of those passages that you code in the respective forums. So be sort of on the lookout. Make sure you're going into the right forum and offering your comments in the right space that's associated with the section of text that you are dealing with. So I will see you in the forums and look forward to your observations on the synoptic gospels this week.